was born with my disability, naturally my mom was pretty protective of me. Understandably so. So she didn't feel comfortable with me doing certain things that were more normal for other people, like going out with friends. She was a bit nervous. She didn't like me going out on my own in general, so if I was ever to go out, I did have to have friends go with me, and even then it had to be certain responsible friends. It was really, go to the friend that she liked the most. That seemed like he had his act together, but secretly he would like be pounding fucking jugs of vodka in his parents' basement. And if there's another thing you know about me, I was a bit of a punk rock kid growing up, and I loved the idea of concerts. I went to a few when I was around the age of this story, and it was fun, it was fine, but it was always a thing that my mom was very nervous about, because at a hardcore show, you know, things get pretty rowdy. Things get pretty rough and tough. In the pit. Meet me in the fucking pit, bro. So my mom was very protective, that's the point. And I wanted to go to a show. There was a band I always wanted to see named Against Me that was playing an hour from where I lived. And I planned in advance, asked all my friends, because I really wanted to go to see this band, asked all my friends if there was a chance they were free that day of the show, and if they would go with me. All the ones that I knew would want to go were busy. So I got desperate, started asking my more urban friends if they wanted to go to a punk rock show. That was a big no. Nobody wanted to go, and that was a problem, because this was a big deal to me, and I wanted to see one of my favorite bands. My mom is doing dishes, and I come up to her, and I'm like, Mom, I told you about this concert coming up. I can't find anybody to go, but I would really appreciate it if I could get tickets anyways, and maybe go on my own. I might as well just came up to her and said, Hey Mom, I was thinking about joining the track team. What's your thoughts and opinions? Because the face she gave me was just... She turned Asian. She said to me, Donovan, there is no way that's happening. And that's why I flipped script. I had to buckle down on my drive, my want, and I said to her, Mom, I'm gonna grow up. I'm getting older. And I know that you want, in your heart of hearts, to save me from anything bad in this world. But you can't. Because that's life. You have to let me venture out into the world. You have to let me experience everything that I want to do, because one day you're not going to be around. And it's going to be up to me to know what to do in situations like that, if anything goes wrong. And by taking this away from me, you are keeping me from growing. So, I will ask you one more time, Mom. Can I please go to this concert? And she said, yes. And I wasn't fucking ready for that. I did not think that was gonna work. I was so proud. I was so fucking proud of myself that I felt I could take on anything. Right? I felt like the world was just mine. I was Scarface. The fucking world was mine. Ugh. So, fast forward a little bit, and I'm out of my mind stoked. I tweet out that I'm uber excited. I even tweet at the lead singer, like, hey, my mom was really nervous about me going to the concert because of me being in a wheelchair, but I convinced her, and lo and behold, the lead singer tweets me back and says, that's understandable. If there's room on stage, you can join us. At this point, I lose my fucking mind, because this is one of my favorite bands. And they're going to let me on stage with them. Fuck yeah. All right. I'm stoked. So, fast forward a bit more. Day of the concert shows up. Plan is, my mom's going to stay within the area. I'm going to go in by myself. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to come out. Everything's fine. Well, good fucking hour. It's just like a movie, Let's do it. So I get inside. I'm really excited. I snuck in some snacks to bring the band because at that point I was talking to them and I felt like I owed them one. So I snuck in food that they wanted, even though they totally could have gotten it on their own. I just asked them what their favorite food was, and I broke the law. So I'm waiting in the area where everyone's going to be, and the lead singer comes out from backstage and is like, hey, when we get on, we'll have security come get you, bring you on stage, and all that. I give her the food. I'm out of my mind excited. And it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. I got to sing some of my favorite songs with the band themselves. I made so many good friends that night. It was beautiful. One of those experiences that you will never forget. And I recommend always going to a show. If you can go. It's a beautiful time. Man. Alright. So, the concert goes great. And I feel on top of the world. I'm like, I did it. I took what said couldn't be done, and I did it. Very proud. So, I leave, and I see everybody waiting out front, like a good group of people near the tour bus. Apparently, they like to stay after the show and, do a little chit-chat with everybody. So I went up to my mom and I was like, hey, could you just give me a little bit so I can say thank you one last time to the band and maybe get some stuff signed? And she was like, yeah, but hurry up. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment because she couldn't say no because I did it. I proved her wrong. In your fucking face. Thing was, it was a little cold and rainy. I'm a lot more fragile sometimes in certain weather types. And that's when things went kind of bad. Because after I said my goodbyes and got my autographs, I get in the van and I feel victorious. And I start to cough. And that's when I realize I can't breathe. And I black out. The last thing I remember was my mom screaming and trying to get me out of my wheelchair. And when I came to, I was in the ambulance. And the paramedic said to me, hey buddy, you're probably wondering what happened. You almost died. We couldn't find your pulse. You had a lot of stuff, phlegm, built up in your lung, and your muscles were so tight from the cold and not able to expand properly and a bunch of other stuff that you couldn't get it out, so we had to go in there and suck it out of you. Your mom's right behind us. We're going to the hospital and she'll be right there. Don't worry. I couldn't talk because I was in my head. And the only thing I could think was, fucking shit, my mom was right. And I can't let her win. I can't let her win. She's gonna kill me. I just knew. I knew in that moment, like, damn it, I'm gonna have to figure out something to say to my mom so she doesn't win. And we get to the hospital. They put me right to the, room in the back where everybody's dying. And I'm fine. I'm good now. I can breathe. And I'm sitting there in a nervous panic, thinking, what can I do? What can I say? Just nervous. And that's when my mom turns the corner. And I can see her. She makes eye contact with me. And her face is swollen. Covered in tears. Eyes bloodshot red. And that's when I look her in the eyes. And I say, Mom, only posers die. I'm not a fucking poser. Alright, so that was Tales from the Crypt. Real story, real things that happened in my life. If you want to know a follow-up thing from that, I was fine. Everything was good, don't worry. But with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you're doing well. And let me know what you thought. Have you had any similar experiences where you've almost died and you didn't want your mom to be angry at you? Or have a small little victory so you made a joke out of everything? If you did, put it in the comments. Leave a like. Share this video with your friends. I don't know. Fuck off.
When under press, baby, I'm under press, baby, under press, when under press, baby, under press, when under press, baby, under press. I might sleep for 4 days.